Hi everyone. I got a couple of good questions this week regarding pictures, so I thought I could make a video addressing two issues actually, kind of related, kind of not. And so I have a picture box here and I'm going to shape that in a portrait orientation. And I'm going to go out to my desktop and get an image. Now, the first good question I had was, what is the difference between the local resource and the project resource file? And basically, the local resource, which I'll choose at this moment, this is what I've been officially recommending. But basically what that means is when you import a picture, like I'm going to now, notice this is a portrait picture of my cats. When you import a picture into a form like I'm doing now, that picture is local to that form. It only belongs to that form. Only that form can use it. No other forms in the application, if we had some, which we don't, would be able to use that picture. So it's just kind of a narrower option to do a local import. So I'm going to do that, and then I'm going to stretch the image. And this was my second question that I got from a student. What happens if my picture comes in sideways? How can I change that? How can I rotate that? And really the way I've done this with the local resource, I don't think there is a good option. There's no like property on the picture box that you can change or rotate, no tool to be able to rotate that. So yeah, so this is, we've got two issues here. Okay, first is, should I do the local versus the project resource, or and how do I rotate my picture? So really, I think the answer here is to go with a project file resource. So I'm going to delete this and I'm going to try again. All right. So there's my picture box, and this time I'm going to go with the project resource file, and what this would do is make that picture available project wide. All right. If I had multiple forms in here, which I don't, but if I did, eventually we'll do multi-form applications, if not in this class. Well, yeah, later in this class, and then certainly in C# too. And so if I had multiple forms, then that picture would be available across the entire project. Any form that wanted to use it could use it. So that would be great, like if you had a company logo or something and it needs to be shared on multiple forms. So you can see this is you have a lot more options with the project resource file. And I mean, in our case, like we only ever have the one form, so it was just never really that much of an issue either way you do it. But now with this whole thing with the sideways picture coming in, you're going to see one of the perks of going with the project resource file. Well, I was not expecting it to come in so perfectly, but you can see it did. So when I did the project resource file, it came in really nicely without a problem, okay? But if it had been rotated, here's what we can do. When you do a project resource file, it creates a resource in the resources folder. You don't get that option with the local import, but with the project resource file, then yeah, you do get that option. And so if I double click my picture, and it's saying, are you sure you want to load this? Yes, I do. I double click my picture, and if it comes in, now I'm surprised it's showing properly in the picture box when it's still sideways here. But my point is, you have all these tools. It opens in an editor, and you have the rotation tool, for example. I'm going to see what the effect was on the form there. I hope it didn't turn it. No, it didn't turn it. You can rotate it here. You can crop it. If you wanted to crop it, there's a cropping tool here. Okay, so you can see you have a lot more options when you do the project file resource. So maybe you want to make that your go-to technique from now on. Again, it shouldn't have a huge implication in this class, but you know, for the orientation alone, I think it's worth it.